Gal Yates, whose full name is Klaus Gael Ferreira Yates, is a Brazilian fitness athlete, former IFBB pro professional, nutrition coach, seminar presenter, and entrepreneur. She is perhaps best known to bodybuilding fans as the wife of six-time Mr. Olympia Dorian Yates, but has built a respected career in the fitness industry in her own right. From bodybuilding fans, Gal is respected not simply because of obviously Dorian's wife, but because she has reached the top level of her own sport, earned professional status, won major international titles, and has spent many years educating people on training, nutrition, and healthy living. She's become an important part of Dorian's public life and business while maintaining her own identity and a successful fitness professional. Gal Yates, welcome to Muscle Talks podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Yeah, it was last week,
Yeah.
I just turned 52.
You are Cancerian, correct?
Yes, I am.
My mum was Cancerian.
It's a nice star sign.
I'm not going to argue.
I have a lot of things
I'm not going to argue.
Obviously, I have a lot of things about Cancer, but maybe a little bit of Aries and Leo, because I am, my birthday is on the 20th of July.
Yes.
It's the end of Cancer. So I think I am a mix of everything.
You probably got Leo. But I'm an Aries and my daughter is a Leo.
Okay.
So, and obviously before we got on, how did Dorian go with his Spanish lessons?
Well, he's going well. I think it's been more than a year now. Yeah, he's making a lot of effort. I'm really proud of him.
Yeah.
He's learning fast. Yeah, he's getting better. Little by little.
Little by little. Okay. And Dorian's good? Just to get it out of the way for the back. We'll talk about him, but not right straight away. But how is he? Is he good?
Yeah. Very good.
Okay.
Very healthy, strong.
Okay, good. Okay, we're going to go straight into some of the things you sent me. And I thought we could make it a little bit controversial because you said sometimes I talk on social media about controversial topics. One of them is sunscreen is one of them. But most people are brainwashed because they follow the mainstream health guidance. Tell us about sunscreen because I have my own ideas too.
Yeah, that's true. Because, look, I think mainstream wants to make the sun to be the enemy.
Yeah.
How something created by nature can be the enemy.
Yeah.
And the sun is a life giver. Yeah. We need the sun to live. Without sun, we don't have life, right? It's all about the commercial side. They want to sell sunscreen and they want to create this fear about the sun. Of course, we have to be exposed to the sun in moderation. We shouldn't exaggerate, but definitely the sun is to make you healthier, to make you stronger. We need sunshine on your skin. We need the sunlight on your skin, the crown of your skull, through your eyes, because of your pineal gland, for example. And then unfortunately the system creates this fear about the sun and people fall for it. It's actually sad, what we see nowadays.
Well, I'm with you. I agree. I don't put suntan lotion on because what I found is like suntan lotion is like putting cooking oil on. If you want to cook your skin and you want to put an oil to block your pores and to create some kind of burning, and I
exactly.
So for me, I hate suntan lotion. I don't agree with it. And I was just thinking when you were talking about how smart they are, they told us there's a hole in the ozone layer. What's funny is this ozone layer, this world, this universe, this space, it's not that easy to put a little hole in it. So
Exactly.
it's amazing how I'm just thinking how they've told us there's a hole, so we need suntan lotion now. How did we make a hole?
Exactly. Honestly, it's a total bullshit.
It's bullshit. Yeah, no, I'm glad we're. Yeah,
and people believe in bullshit.
Yeah,
we need the sun. That's it. You need the sunlight in moderation. The sun is actually not the enemy. The enemy is actually processed food and industrial seed oils
100%.
because they kind of block the cell's membrane, and then the body, the system is not going to be able to absorb nutrients, including vitamin D. Without the sunlight, we don't produce vitamin D. So that's the real enemy. Why the skin cancer rates, the highest skin cancer rates are in the countries from the north, like Norway, Denmark, because they don't have enough sunlight.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's very obvious for me, but unfortunately it's not for the mass.
Do you... I think that I want to go with seed oils shortly, because you've got that here too, and I want to go there. But and we will go there. But like I said, do you think that that's what I was going to say? They don't understand that the sun actually calms you. It lowers anxiety. It takes away.
Yes.
It takes away depression. If you absorb the sun, it has a calming effect, but it also breathes life in us. I was going to ask the question, because here in Australia it is bad. Let me tell you, it's bad. They cloud seed us. Oh my God! I could play crosswords, circles up in the sky.
Yeah.
Is it like that in Europe as well, or not as bad?
Yeah. Some countries in Europe are very bad.
What the hell are they doing to us? They think we're stupid. Because to block the sun. They do that to block the sun. Yeah.
We have been poisoned in so many ways.
Wow.
Through the air, the food, the water, everything. Mainstream media is the main poison. It's the biggest poison. And unfortunately, people believe in the mainstream health guidance.
God.
It's sad and disappointing. But nowadays, we should be looking for a good information, not mainstream media, because it's actually very bad. They want to deceive us, a lot of lies. People should be smarter.
But no, they're not. They're not smarter. They're still asleep. They're still asleep.
Brain.
Yeah. No, they're still asleep.
The brain,
No.
We need the sunlight. That's it. Sun is a life giver. It's a gift from nature.
Yeah.
With sunlight, we are healthier, stronger.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of health benefits because of the sunlight.
Yeah.
Your mood, and you're gonna prevent mental diseases, as you said, depression, anxiety, and definitely you're gonna be much healthier.
Yeah, they're attacking us. They're attacking us. And hey, guys, Steve here. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. You know the drill. We'd love you to subscribe. We'd love you to hit the notification bell. Why? It gets us out there, allows us to go and get bigger, better, greater. We've already had some great guests, as you know, but we want to continue this. We want to continue this journey with you. So if you could, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you're notified each time we put up a new podcast. Thank you for allowing me to take you away from the podcast. Let's get back to it. We're going through some of your controversial stuff, right? And we're going to get to seed oils. I've got it here. I just want to go with my list. Another one you said, people that think that they do cardio to lose weight, too much cardio makes you look saggy and you can age faster. Weight training, do both, builds muscle and loses fat. But I did not know this. Tell us more.
Yeah, because, there is a big misconception about weight training, especially women. They, because normally the main goal for women is to lose weight.
Yeah.
And they think to lose weight, they have to do a lot of cardio. Actually, they should be lifting weights. Weight training is going to do both. You're going to build muscle and you're going to lose fat.
Yeah.
But they don't get it. They think in order to lose fat, you have to overdo cardio. And actually, if you overdo cardio, you're going to be releasing stress hormones and free radicals, which means you're going to be aging faster. You can see, for example, a marathon athlete. Tell me a marathon athlete that looks healthy. They all look saggy, well, because they are losing muscle as well. It's not only fat, which means anabolism. And that's why sometimes, let's say a lady is doing a lot of cardio and she's going through a diet, low calories, low carbs, and then she's losing a lot of weight, but she has that saggy look, which is not good because actually she's losing muscle as well. And she's going to have a completely different physical appearance if she focus on weight training, because weight training is going to help her to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. And by building muscle, you're going to burn more calories and more fat. Yes, weight training helps you to burn more fat because it speeds your metabolism. If you have a faster metabolism, you're going to be burning more calories and more fat. But it's difficult to educate women about it.
But, Gail, you know what else I realized? I watch people jogging. I see people jogging. I see people walking very fast or the way.
Moderate cardio is okay.
Yeah, moderate. I think a nice walk is very good.
Yeah, it's very healthy.
At no speed, I think at no speed. Something just to go for a walk, get some fresh air, vitamin D.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that you damage ligaments, you damage cartilage, and that's very bad when getting old as well, because that's where people's legs are bowed, or that's why they're limping, because they've depleted in muscle, but then they've depleted in the cartilage, and the cartilage can't hold you anymore. Hence, as you said, growing muscle will protect the cartilage because the muscle will carry the load. But they don't know that.
Yeah. Weight training is essential.
Yeah.
Is essential for longevity. Weight training helps you to build muscle, maintain muscle, burn fat, improve your bone density as well. It speeds your metabolism, and then consequently, you're going to be burning more calories and fat. And you build stronger muscles, stronger joints, and you get greater independence of movement as you grow older, which is very important to prevent health problems, and also supports longevity and many more benefits.
Yep. So I totally agree. So something that you sent me the last minute. So I thought I'd share this because I'm sure many women would appreciate your take on it. And I thought I'd bring it up. And then women who choose not to have children, you said could be one of the topics too we could talk about, because you yourself, you choose not to have and never wanted to have kids, and you are absolutely fine with that. Motherhood is a personal decision. So I thought, let's get your perspective, and maybe many women would be refreshed by the opportunity to hear it.
Yeah. In my opinion, a woman's happiness and self-worth do not depend on having children. It should be your decision. I think society places high expectations and pressure on women to have children, as if to be a woman or to be happy, you need to have kids. It's totally up to you. At least it should be. We are actually lucky that we live in countries that we have this choice, because unfortunately, there are countries that the woman cannot choose because she is forced to have kids. She is forced to get married. So I think, is to do motherhood is to do with your own decision, should be, right? Motherhood, I think, is definitely not for every woman. You should make your choice. That's it. And, it's like to be a mother is a huge responsibility as well. It's not something, it shouldn't be something like that. Oh, I just got pregnant and, I'm going to have kids. Actually, nowadays, a lot of women go through abortion, which I don't agree. It's something controversial as well, but I don't agree, because you are actually killing a life, so, and you are escaping from your responsibility because you know what you are doing. But motherhood is definitely not every woman's calling, and I made my decision. I knew since young that I was not going to be a mother, because this was the choice that I made, my decision, because of I had different goals for my future, and I'm totally fine with that, and I'm not against motherhood. I'm sure it's a amazing thing, but it's just different. We are different. We are not the same, and we have different lives. So we should be able to make our choices. That's it.
Yeah, I think we see in the world some people should not be parents. Some people should not be parents.
Yeah, definitely not.
Some people should not be parents, and some people should not be together. It's kind of like how the world is. We're very lucky. Yeah, we're very lucky if we can find the right partner. That's luck sometimes in life, And also,
it's very difficult nowadays to find the right partner.
Well, let's go with that, because you've told us about motherhood. What is it about finding the right partner, Gal? What is it about? What is a partnership? How does a good partnership look to you, to us?
Well, I think finding the right partner is about not looking for. This is exactly what happened between Dorian and I. I was competing at that time. I met him in 2008, and obviously he was already retired. I was not thinking about relationship at all. I was actually single for 5 years, and Dorian was not thinking about relationship either. I think, you get the right partner when you are not thinking about, when you are not looking for a partner.
So true.
Because otherwise you're going to take a wrong direction. It simply just happened. I think somehow we were meant to be together. At that time when we first met, I didn't even speak English, because we don't really learn English in Brazil. The educational system is not great. We only learn basic grammar, but because I was a very good student, my grammar was quite good. I could write in English and I could read as well, but I couldn't speak, because to speak is a completely different story. It's quite difficult. And I had to learn by myself. And then I remember we stayed in touch by email, writing to each other and everything. And all of a sudden, I was living in England. I moved to England in 2009. And obviously, because I was living there, I had to learn the language. But, I made effort as well, like Dorian is doing now, trying to learn Spanish, doing online lessons. I didn't really do online lessons. I was doing some online programs and, just talking to people, different accents, which is very difficult, especially in England, such a small country, but with so many different accents. It's very difficult. And I lived in Birmingham, which in my opinion have one of the worst accents in England. It's very difficult to understand. Yeah, but now I speak English. Obviously, it's not perfect, but yeah, I can have communication and everything, and I'm proud of myself that I could learn.
What do you think is the one thing a person should bring to a relationship? What's the one thing you think that a person needs to bring to a relationship? It has to be individual. So what's something we should bring?
Relationship, of course, two people.
But one person has to bring something.
Two individuals. I think it's about respecting each other. And as long as you can be yourself, this is the main thing for me, because you have freedom. Because what I can see about most relationships is like a prison. The person wants to change one another. It's crazy, We are a couple, but we are two individuals. You should have your freedom. For example, between me and my husband, we have no problem when he wants to go out with his friends, or sometimes I want to go out with a friend or something. It's fine. It's like he still has his life and I have my life. So we should respect the freedom that we should have. And as long as you have respect, and, you love each other, it's very important as well to have good communication, to understand each other. And one of the main things for me as well is to be able to listen, because especially when we have arguments, it's just talking, and sometimes raising the voice, and you don't listen to your partner. You have to hear both sides. To know the whole story. Otherwise, you're going to know only one side of the story. And you don't know what's going on, with your partner. So you have to be able to listen. You have to be open to listen. I think listening is very important in a relationship. And don't make your partner to be a prisoner. The partner should have his or her freedom. It's not a prison. Relationship should be freedom.
I love it. No, I'm listening away.
Relationship is supposed to help each other, to support each other, love each other, make each other better, and you cannot do that if you make relationship to be a prison.
Well, what we've come to understand is, one, you don't look for it. A relationship finds you. That's one. Two, you have to let the person be completely themselves. You have to allow them the freedom to express and be themselves. And,
for sure.
And three, the master of communication is being a listener. You can talk, but that's not the master. The master is to be a good listener.
Yeah. Wow. Otherwise, you're gonna make premature conclusions. When you have arguments, for example, you have to listen. Listening is very important because you should know both sides of the story, to understand each other better, to make the relationship to work better. It's very important, listening.
I love it. I was going to say also 7 times Mr. Olympia helps, but let's not go there anyway. God's sake, he's won an 8th prize. He has you. How can, the guy's, he's done amazing. My husband,
obviously very well known worldwide. He's an amazing man, amazing person. He's a very good husband. He's my best friend. Someone that I can trust. I'm very proud.
Come on, he's won 7 times. He's won 7 times Olympia. He can't be that good as well. Oh my God, Chris, this guy's gone.
Of course.
Jesus Christ, when does it stop with Dorian Yates?
Of course, he has his faults as well, as we all do, right? But when I put on a scale. Obviously his qualities stand out, and he's an amazing person. I love him. I'm really happy that we found each other. Well, we actually have a great relationship.
Nutrition Warehouse, your number one store for all your supplement needs. With stores all over Australia and New Zealand and thousands of products available online. And something special because you are a listener and watching us right now, use code MUSCLET15 to get 15% off all products when you order online at nutritionwarehouse.com.au. And for our New Zealand guys, that's nutritionwarehouse.co.nz. And the code also works in store. And when in store, use their highly experienced, knowledgeable staff to get and find out exactly what you need to get you built for life. I'm going to talk more about that, but I don't want to hog him in this conversation. And like I said, hopefully one day I can get him on the podcast. I've been trying, but he's a hard man to catch, but I can understand why.
Yeah,
but
it's difficult.
Yeah, that's okay. No. You know what? I respect that because he is a man that's, obviously loved and, pulled here and there around the world. And he's, and everyone wants to hear what he's got to say. But Gal, you were born and raised in Brazil, but your early life, you were athletic in your entire life. So you're quite athletic, correct? And
yes.
What were you athletic? What were you doing? I think you started at the age of 6 being quite the athlete.
Yes. My life is all about sports.
Yeah.
I have been an athlete my entire life. I started at the age of 6. I started to compete when I was 9. I did different sports. I did ballet, gymnastics, aerobics, track and field, CrossFit. Now I'm doing boxing, and I'm thinking about doing a new thing. Wow. Maybe it's going to be swimming.
Really?
I always liked to do different things. I love skills. That's why I love sports that demand physical and technical skills so much. I actually prefer this type of sports than bodybuilding. Bodybuilding actually came later in my life.
That's right.
My very first year competing in bodybuilding, I think I was already 32.
32 you said, yes.
Yeah. And it was my first year in the bodybuilding world, and I won everything.
You won everything,
including the World Championship.
Wow.
And then, which granted me the pro card. And I was qualified for Olympia as well. I did everything. But I had a short career, but very successful. And I decided to stop competing, I think after 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you won 2007 IFBB World Body Fitness Championship.
Yeah.
Again, in 2007, you won South America Championship, and winning your very first major Brazilian figure competition in 2007, which earned you the IFBB Pro card, allowing you to compete. And you competed in 2012, the Nordic Pro, qualifying for and competing in the 2012 Figure Olympia.
Yeah.
And at the highest level of the professional figure competition. Yeah. And then obviously, I
finished my career.
Yeah. Well,
I decided to stop competing for many reasons.
What was the reason?
First, because I came from different backgrounds. As I said, different sports. So I did so many competitions when I was younger. So for me, I was feeling like it was enough. Time to stop, give some break to my body. And let's be honest, in bodybuilding, we, especially women, we spend much more money than we make.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I think things are a little bit better because of social media, internet, so you can make money on internet. But at my time, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
I didn't have social media or anything, so it was basically only the competition, right? Different times. But so we used to spend much more money than making. One of the reasons that made me to stop. And it's like, to be honest, bodybuilding was not really exciting for me. Don't get me wrong. I love the lifestyle, everything that we learned from bodybuilding, the resilience, the discipline and everything, the toughness that it needs to have to compete in bodybuilding. But because the competition itself is all about the physique, is only about the physique, no skills, no physical skills, no technical skills. And this is what I really like. You know, that's why I did track and field, gymnastics, and CrossFit, in boxing, because it's more exciting for me, because otherwise I don't feel like it's a competition, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I understand.
So I think this were the reason why I decided to stop. And plus, honestly, because I think the bodybuilding the majority is men. It's a very, let's say, male sport. I don't think women, they have the value that they deserve. We can see this if you compare the prize money, for example. I know, you know, most people are going to say it's about the revenue and everything, but I think women bring a lot to the table as well. You know, in terms of the whole bodybuilding industry, I think is a little bit unfair, you know. So I decided to stop, but it was really time to stop because I was, you know, in a different phase of my life. I was a little bit tired of competition, and I didn't really fit in any category at my time, because we had actually only, I think, 3 categories. And I used to do figure before, which was completely different from what it is now. Now they look more athletic, more muscular. And for me, it was very difficult to try to fit in this standard because the standard was softer, smaller, skinnier, especially legs. We couldn't show much volume and muscle definition on the legs. And for us Brazilians, this is really difficult. You know, my legs always stand out on the stage. I was not training legs for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years to try to, you know, make some changes, adapt to my physique, but it was not possible. So I didn't really fit perfectly in any category at that time.
At that time. What do you think of the competition now? How do you see, because what I've, like you said, I mean, it was a male dominant sport, but it became like, you know, back then it used to be, you know, the Monica Brandts, Corey Everson, and all those people, whatever it was, right? It was just very minimal categories. Then the categories started to grow. But today, I mean, when you look at the men's categories, we just have 3. We got men's physique, classic, and open. We don't know where we're going to go from there. I mean, they'll probably bring something before men's physique now, because men's physique's looking like classic bodybuilding now. Like, I mean, it's changing.
Yeah.
So they're going to do something to change that. But the women, and God love them, women love to be on stage. Women love to show off, because like they love, it's like a fashion parade. They love a pageant. It's a pageant. And we've created that, the beautiful neck bracelets, the beautiful diamantes, the crown, everything, and the trophy and everything. So how do you see, but they're fierce. They're fierce competitors now. They're not, this is not small grade anymore. This is not kindergarten. This is major muscle. Yeah. Some of them look, their physiques, not even the general male can have. So what do you think of bodybuilding, the women's league today, all categories? What do you think?
Yeah, I think, you know, there are pros and cons.
Yeah.
The fact that we have more categories now is good, actually, because it brings more athletes, it brings more people. So we have, let's say, better chances to, fit in the categories standard.
Yep.
So that's great. But I think one of the, let's say, the bad things about what we see nowadays in the bodybuilding competition, the women's competition, is that I think the rules exist only on the paper, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because obviously, or at least it should be like this, every category they have their rules, what your physique should be like, and things like that. But every year we see the girls getting harder.
Yeah.
The standard changes completely. Every year is different, so it's like in the end it loses the characteristics of the category. For example, wellness now is much harder than 3 years ago. They don't look the same anymore. They are looking much harder. Everyone can see. Even bikini category.
Bikini's looking
for me, it's like a smaller version of wellness. There is no big difference, if you know what I mean. And we know to reach this type of physique, to reach this level, is not only about training and diet, it's about steroids. Let's be honest. Let's talk, let's be straightforward here.
That's what
it's about steroids.
Yeah.
And this is the bad thing about the competition, because if the judges are allowing this type of changes on the stage, things just gonna get worse. Every year the girls are going to look harder, and then it doesn't look like the categories anymore. What is supposed to be. So it's bad that the steroids, especially for women, when you use them long term, it can be a bad thing. You can have health problems, and it changes some things that is never gonna change. It's gonna be there forever.
Unreversible.
You can see girls now very mainly, with mainly features and losing hair. That's why most of the girls, most of the competitors, they use hair extension. Of course, it's to look prettier on the stage and everything. But let's be honest, it's to do with hair loss. This is one of the side effects of steroids. And we should be talking about health. It is a sport that promotes health, but somehow is not really healthy, especially if the judges are allowing this type of changes to be on the stage every year. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous because firstly there's so many women competing, more than men. Like besides I guess men's physique, there's quite a few competitors there, and obviously classic. But when it comes to the women's category, it's endless, the amount of divisions and how deep it goes. And I think sometimes I think to myself, like you said, I think the women, I don't think they're getting rewarded well. And the reason I say that is not at all, because I think a lot of them are registering to compete, and they're putting a lot of money into competing. So that's money for the sport, but the sport doesn't reimburse them. And that's a little bit unfair. And I think they're trying so hard and they're being pushed too hard that I think, it's starting to become dangerous.
Yeah, it's like that, And obviously the federation makes a lot of money from women's competition.
Yeah, of course.
Because the amateur, for example, I'm sure there is much more women's categories than men's.
Yeah, that's right.
The amateur, they have to pay to compete, right? Yeah. They have a fee. And to be a pro as well, we have to pay a fee every year. you know, plus women, they buy much more than men.
They do.
Because if you see the big picture, the whole fitness industry, women buy much more, you know, clothing, supplements, and, you know, a lot of things. Yeah. And the competition itself makes a lot of money. Federation makes a lot of money from these girls, but they haven't been well rewarded, which I think is very unfair. You know, I think that definitely the prize money should be much better for women's division.
Do you think there should be like a governing body that protects the women, like lets them know that how to negotiate? And you know what I'm trying to say when there's a governing body? So there's the federation, and then there's the athletes, and then in between them is a governing body. Is there any governing bodies?
I think the rules should just work. You know, why the rules exist, right?
To be broken. The rules are made to be broken, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's to make every category to look different, to present different characteristics. You know, bikini, for example, used to be much softer. Yeah. They used to have a much softer look, appearance, and now they look much harder. For me, it's almost like wellness. They just look a little bit smaller, but it's pretty much the same. I think the judges should be doing their work properly, you know, not allowing these huge changes to happen on the stage every year. Otherwise, it's going to keep going, and wellness, for example, is going to end up looking like women's physique. Women's physique is going to be women's open, you know? Yeah. And, it's going to be like that. And as I said, it's a lot to do with the steroids. Let's be honest. Yeah. It's not only about the healthy side, which is training and nutrition and recovery. It's to do with steroids for sure. And otherwise, women are going to be using more steroids every time, more and more. And it changes their features. It affects their health. You know, and I'm sure most ladies, they don't want to look like that, you know, depending on the category. I think it's just to do with the judges, really. You know, whoever make the rules work.
It's unfortunate because not that women are naive, don't get me wrong, but the boys, they understand, not that they understand, steroids is used on the stage, steroids is used off the stage. But with women, it's not necessarily they want it off the stage. Women don't want steroids like the boys want steroids, you know? The boys want bigger muscle. The girls don't want that off the stage. But now, even if the woman didn't want it, even if she didn't think of it, she's tempted. And once you sell yourself to the devil, all of a sudden it starts to catapult, because boys will take steroids and they don't compete. But girls predominantly, if they don't compete, they don't want to know steroids. But
I'm not sure about it. Nowadays is crazy because of social media. Really? You know, a lot of girls nowadays, even if they are not competing, they want to take steroids.
Wow.
That's the truth. Yeah, you can. If you go to the gym, you're gonna see, you know, everyone is using steroids, even if they don't want to compete. Because social media now is building this thing about appearance, you know, trying to dictate what it should be looking like, especially women. And because of the insecurities, they want to fit in. You know what I mean? It's very dangerous, actually, because social media somehow is making women more insecure. And they always concerned about appearance. They think they need to look certain way to be more accepted, to have validation. Social media is all about exposing yourself to get attention, to get likes, to build engagement, who is the most popular and everything like that. It should be the most popular. You have to have a big biceps or a huge ass, and they do whatever it takes to look like this. And the steroids is one of the tools. It's a dangerous game.
So you're saying, just like the boys, just like the men, they're entertaining the steroids off the stage as well. Not even for competing.
Sure.
Not even for
No
competing.
doubt.
Just for social media.
Doubt.
Just for credit. Just for
yes. Absolutely.
So because you wrote, I'm not a tech person. I don't like to spend too much time on social media. I'm almost a cave woman because I like this technology, but I like life more. Old times are the best. Nowadays, everything is so empty, so fake, and full of bullshit.
Yes. I said that.
Yeah,
I'm not really a tech person. As I said, I'm practically a cave woman.
Yeah.
I like the old times, when life was more real.
Simple.
We had less technology. I know the benefits of technology.
Yeah.
It can help in so many ways.
Mm-hmm.
But I think especially because of internet and social media nowadays, things are becoming really fake, really empty. And it's all about getting attention. People are seeking attention just to feel better with themselves. It's all about likes. It's all about numbers. Social media is actually making people not to be people anymore. We are numbers. People are going to treat you depending on the number, on the followers that you have, how many followers you have.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like that. And it's no like a human relationship anymore, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's very empty for me. I'm used to, have real relationships and totally different time. I don't like to spend much time on social media. I understand as well that the new generation now, most of them, they make money from social media, from the digital world. Things change, obviously. Life changes and things change. So we change as well, right? But I just feel like I don't fit in, Maybe I'm too real for this digital world, because I don't care about numbers. I don't care about how many followers I have or whatever, I care about staying true to myself, and sometimes staying true to yourself can be offensive. The truth nowadays is actually offensive.
Yeah.
We cannot even speak the truth.
Yeah.
Because the truth now is the bad thing,
Will shut you down. The truth will shut you down.
Have been rewarded.
Yeah.
It's crazy times.
Social media has become antisocial. Now we don't even go and look up at people. We don't talk to people. We look at our screen. And sometimes, have you noticed yourself, you do one little task on social media and you think you've accomplished something, but you've accomplished nothing. You've accomplished nothing physical. You think you've achieved a goal. And I think as well with social media, what I've come to understand, it does not reward you the way you believe it does. You still have to work hard. You still have to work hard. You have to have a skill, a profession. Only a small number of people make money on just nothing with social media.
Yeah, it's crazy, I know it's a good way to make money because, especially the new generation, they don't have jobs like 9 to 5 and things like that. So they can work from home or anywhere they want, which is a great thing, right?
Yeah.
But I think there is a bad thing about it is to do with building skills, for example, and, real knowledge, skills, technical skills and things like that.
Yeah.
you know, I know a lot of young people that they know nothing. You know, they just know things about the digital world, like TikTok, for example, right? Which is, in my opinion, is rubbish.
Yeah.
You know, okay, you're making money, good for you. Some people make a living from TikTok, YouTube, and things like that. YouTube is different because you can get very good contents.
Yeah, of course.
Education.
Yeah,
You know, very good things, really.
Yeah.
But TikTok is garbage.
Yeah.
You know, and most of these people, they don't have any skills, you know. They don't need to have any degree or any experience in life to be able to teach something, you know. So for me, I don't even follow these people because there is nothing to learn from, you know.
Yeah.
So there is no growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very empty. It's really weird world, you know.
Well, unfortunately as well, the algorithm only plays what it thinks you should be looking at, not what you want to look at. So sometimes it's wasting your time.
Yeah.
And I think instead of you discovering something new, it just keeps showing you the same thing, but differently.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can see on Instagram, for example, I think most influencers, it's pretty much the same.
They do the same scheme.
Of course, they are selling things because they need to make money, right? But it's pretty much the same thing. And what do you learn from this? For me, it's practically nothing, you know. And let's be honest, most of the time, what they are selling is full of lies, especially to do with training and nutrition. For example, there are influencers that are always showing off because it's all about showing off your physique, your six-pack, your round, tight ass and everything. And the influencer is selling the product, is stating that it's all about hard training and discipline and diet and things like that. But she or he is not talking about steroids, surgeries, no, things that are like hidden. And that's the truth. You know, I talk to ladies sometimes I receive messages on Instagram, ladies quite frustrated because they buy these online programs, you know, following everything that the influencer is telling her or he to do. But the people don't have the same results. You know, they don't get the same results as the promises that the influencer is making. So what's the problem? Sometimes it's nothing to do with the clients. Sometimes it's a good client, following every step, doing everything, putting a lot of effort into the work, but is to do with the lies from the influencer, because she or he is not talking about what he or she is doing behind, right? The steroids is one of them, especially for women. By nature, we carry much more fat than men. Obviously, if you have a healthy lifestyle, eating clean, regular exercises, quality sleep, you're going to look leaner, you're going to look better, you're going to have more muscles, you're going to have that tight, solid appearance, looks. But let's be honest, if you look ripped all year round, especially abs, you know, with six packs all the time, especially for women, obviously you are using steroids. Also, for sure. I know there is exceptions because everyone is different. The biological individuality, you know, some people are going to be naturally leaner, some people are going to be more muscular and things like that. But it's not going to be the most, for sure not. And it's a lot of lies, you know, and then it's just making the client to feel more frustrated, you know, and this is causing actually mental issues. Because the person has that feeling of incapacity, you know, she's not capable to reach that goal, to do the work, not good enough, like what the influencer is telling her that she can do it. So yeah, it's very unfair. It's very unprofessional.
Yeah.
And it can be dangerous.
Do you think that today, like I said, we all grew up in an era where bodybuilding was very simple. And not only simple, we didn't know what we were doing. We learned by doing. We learned by mistakes. And we learned by talking to each other. No one scared each other. But today, bodybuilding is anxiety. You're not doing this right. You're not eating this right. It's all one big fear. I feel like this is the first time I've seen bodybuilding, and I say to myself, this is not bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, what is the best bicep curl? What is the best bench press? Do you know how many bench presses you have to do to build the muscle? Like, you know how long you got to train for? So it's amazing the level of anxiety in bodybuilding, but also the fact that many people have complicated it. And I think many people try to find, the secret to building a body when it's very simple. It's literally an element of progressive overload, which we know. And two, we have a bulking season. We have to bulk. That builds muscle. Yeah. Because if we stay lean too long, we start to become a little bit, I think, depleted too much. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of stress on the body. So I find, like I said to you, social media today is scaring us a lot more so than anything. You agree? Yeah.
For sure. I think the problem nowadays is that we have too much information.
Yeah, too much.
To have information is good, of course, compared to the past. We have much more information, which can be good, but there is the cons as well.
Yeah.
And another thing, because of internet and social media, I think the athletes nowadays are more concerned about social media than the competition itself. So it changed what an athlete should be like. If you compare, for example, the competition now to the 90s, there is no doubt the athletes were much, much better. And for me, it was a real competition because every single athlete was really fucking good.
Yeah.
It was really hard competition. And nowadays it's all about numbers, attention, likes, reels, things like that. So they have to spend time with these things as well, because, some of them, they make money with this type of things, with the social media appearance. And then it's affecting the athlete side for sure. And because we have more information and more things as well, even to do with the steroids. It's much easier now to get steroids and everything. And now peptides and, all this stuff. I think they are giving too much attention and importance to the chemical side
instead of the hard
and
work.
Not really doing the work
not doing the
how it should be, And nowadays it's so much bullshit about training. About this method is better than the other, and so many methods nowadays. And bodybuilding is actually very simple and basic. Just stick to the basics. But nowadays it's full of bullshit, about training, because it's about getting attention from social media. That's it. That's why, in my opinion, the athletes nowadays look much worse. The men's open I'm talking about, for example, they look much softer. Maybe they have more volume, but so what? Nothing else. Compared to the 90s, it's very clear. The athletes look much better symmetry, better condition. They look rock solid. Now it's like fucking soft, and it's very difficult now to get the best too, for example, because the rest is doesn't even look like pros, in my opinion. No offense, but it's simply the truth. I think they are giving more importance to the chemicals than training.
But I think something you also said, I think they're rewarding people for very little effort. So there's a lot of pro cards. Now there's a lot of pro cards.
Yeah.
And
for sure. And nowadays, everyone can be a pro.
Yeah. And I think we all know that the pro card is a business. It's a subscription. Yeah, it's a subscription. Yep. And I don't think anyone works that out. And it's a flag on your IG account now. And it's supposed to create some kind of flex. But I think that the thing was, back in the day, we liked to surprise ourselves. We liked to surprise people. So when we went to the gym, everyone covered up. It was like a secret. And you trained very hard. And even when you went to competitions, look, Dorian would know this more than me than anything. Sometimes the competitor wouldn't take off his top till the very last minute because he didn't want to reveal too much to the competitors. He wanted them guessing.
Yes.
And that was the one.
It was a good strategy.
Yeah, it was a good strategy. Where now I was showing my daughter, I was showing someone how someone was talking about express yourself, be your natural self, be everything. And I look at the picture and I could see so many filters. And I'm thinking,
I know.
You're writing affirmations. You're writing be true to yourself, but you've got to use filters. Maybe show your flaws because people appreciate you more than not having any. And I think this is where, and I think this is where I'm seeing more and more with social media. But where I wanted to go was, you said nutrition is key, not only when you get older, but since the day you were born. And you did a post, and your post was, processed food is not food. They are products full of sugar and sometimes can contain PFA, which means forever chemicals. PFA is very bad for your health, especially your hormones. Seed oils, sugars, hydrogenate fats, E numbers, which is carcinogens, which is also found in many kid line products. Tell us a little bit more about that, because it is. No one reads the ingredients anymore like we used to. Everyone just looks at the table. They only look at the table, not the ingredients. And lastly, don't you think how complicated they've made food for us in bodybuilding? They believe we can eat chocolate cake and be a bodybuilder. No, you can eat one chocolate piece and maybe lose fat, but you're not going to grow muscle with it. So tell us about this.
Food is supposed to be food, real food. Food is not ingredients. Food is food. Food is fuel, right? And nowadays we see products in the supermarkets because it's all about the commercial side. It's all about making profit and making people ill. That's the truth. Because, the food industry and pharmaceutical industry work together. The more ill you are, better for the pharmaceutical industry.
100%.
And food is key, definitely. Nutrition is key because it's to do with your health. It's like if you are putting a little bit of poison in a plant every day, in the end, this plant is going to die. It's going to get sicker and sicker and sicker until it dies. It's the same with us, right? So food is essential. Healthy food, it should be looking after ourselves, and we should be aware of these things. That's why it's important to have some knowledge and understanding about nutrition, ingredients, chemicals, because you can protect your health. like these products, especially the kids products, cereals and all this shit is full of sugar, artificial color, artificial flavor, E numbers. Most of these E numbers, they are carcinogenic. You know, they are selling for kids. So the parents, I think it's the responsibility of the parents to take care of these things, to look for information, not the mainstream information, because they lie to us, they deceive us, because they are part of the system. So they definitely should be more aware. If they don't care about themselves, at least care about their kids. And they are attacking us, especially the kids, through this type of products. They are not food at all. They are products. We don't need that, right? We need real food. And that's why I'm going to talk about parenting. I'm not a mother, you know, but I see nowadays it's like sometimes the kids' issues have a lot to do with the parenting.
All of it is.
You know, and I think food, nutrition is extremely important. You should be helping your kids, you know, making them to eat healthy food since very early age, not giving them this processed food and garbage cereals and things like that, because it's very bad for them. You know, it's going to have a huge negative impact in their health. Physically, mentally. That's why we are having so many diseases now, because it's to do with nutrition. Definitely, the system is attacking us in so many ways, through the air, the water, the food, the clothing, everything. But food is definitely one of the main ones, and that's why it's important to try to inform yourself, to educate yourself, to look for better information, real information that speaks the truth, show you the truth. Mainstream never gonna do that, because mainstream only wants you to get sicker, because it's gonna be good for the pharmaceutical industry. So yeah, nutrition is very important. You can prevent many diseases through nutrition. So if you take care of your nutrition, you're going to be preventing diseases and avoiding to go to the hospital, you know, to see doctors all the time, to be on medication. Nutrition is key for sure.
Is calories, or people are...
No, people, especially the fitness industry, they worry too much about calories. The main thing shouldn't be calories, should be nutrients.
I know.
What about nutrients? To be honest, I feel pissed off when I see sometimes
so do I.
Some contents on social media from these fucking influencers, you know, comparing some products, not even food. And I saw once an influencer comparing, I think it was Coca-Cola Zero with a glass of orange juice. Which one was the best?
I know.
They say the Coca-Cola Zero.
I know.
What the fuck is that?
I know.
You know, because they are only worrying about calories. What about nutrients?
I know.
Of course, we know it's like we shouldn't be, no one should be drinking a lot of fruit juice, because sugars, fructose. We don't need this much fruit anyway. If you need the fruit, eat the fruit.
Eat the fruit.
Not not like juices every day. But obviously, you know, it's all about balance. You're not going to be drinking this much fruit juice. If you have to compare a glass of orange juice, natural fresh orange juice, with a fucking Coca-Cola, even if it's zero, just because it doesn't have sugar, it's full of fucking chemicals there and sweeteners, which is very bad for your health as well. So I get really pissed off when I see this type of contents, you know. It's like... it's not educating people at all. It's the opposite. You know, it's actually harmful for their health. And, but this type of influencers, they have a lot of followers, because it's all about trends. There is always a different trend on social media, you know, the type of video we have to do, the type of reel and all this shit, but it's really bad, you know, like how can you say a chemical product is not even food, is better than natural food just because of calories? Seriously?
I'm always shocked when I see everyone opening Monster cans like it's your pre-workout. Like, what the hell? Like, what is it about Monster? You're not even paid. You're giving amateur Coca-Cola Monster. You're giving them sponsorship, and they haven't even paid you. Like, what are you?
Yes.
What are you? Why is Monster drinks so important to you? And the thing is, you're right. I mean, even myself, I was sick.
We don't need this shit.
No, I was sick. I was sick last week, just for 24 hours. And I said to myself, you know what I'm going to go do? I'm going to go buy oranges. And every day I just cut one orange, and you know how refreshing it was? It was just beautiful. One orange.
Vitamin C, you know, it's like natural. It's food, natural.
Food.
You get from the tree. Obviously, you know, nowadays, because of the fucking agriculture, everything is pesticides. So even to buy vegetables and fruits, we have to be careful, you know, because everything is poisoned. But this type of shit, comparing
calories,
chemical Coca-Cola to a glass of orange juice, and to say that the Coca-Cola is better just because of calories,
especially
what a fucking idiot.
Especially when they do high protein tiramisu. I think to myself, I don't want to know anything about tiramisu when I have it. I just want to enjoy it. I don't want to know the calories. I just want to.
It's all about balance.
Yeah,
it's all about balance.
I know. You know? I don't want to count.
We have to live life. Come on. Of course, for competitions, especially bodybuilding competition, we know we have to go through a very tough diet process. The whole preparation is really hard. But apart from that, it's like live your life. You know, obviously, you're going to eat clean and making healthy choices and everything. And depending on your goal, if you want to lose weight or if you want to look leaner, you're going to eat a little bit of less carbs, but it's not like zero carbs like a lot of people think. No, I think nothing that's extreme is the best.
No.
You know, it's about balance.
Yeah.
It's just about having the knowledge to know the best choices.
100%.
For example, the best choices for carbs.
Yeah.
Myself, for example, I always choose roots as carbs.
Yeah.
For example, sweet potato.
Yeah.
Cassava, yucca. I don't know what it's called in Australia. It's a root, you know, it's like potato, but it tastes much better in my opinion.
Yeah.
And there is a very low glycemic index, which is very good. It's like sweet potato, you know, yam, this type of things, because they are natural. It's straight from
the ground,
the soil, right? And I avoid processed food and all this shit. But sometimes if I feel like having a slice of cake, why not?
Why not?
You know, and then they create this bullshit about fit recipe and you know all this shit. It's full of ingredients and you know, and because they only care about the calories and sugar, but it's full of fucking sweetener, which is not good for your health as well. You know, and if you have to eat something like that, a dessert, just have a proper dessert.
Yeah.
You know, just don't go crazy trying to eat the whole fucking cake. Yeah. Just have a slice, and sometimes, eventually, you know, not every day, obviously. Yeah. It's about discipline. So, it's crazy.
It's crazy. You also mentioned when it comes to food, which I agree, and I think nobody pays attention to gut health. Health comes from the gut, and if you're a healthy person with a healthy gut flora, you're going to handle chemicals better. So it's important to have some understanding about nutrition, ingredients, and the chemicals because you can make better choices. I agree. I think people aren't having things that are gut health.
Yeah. Yeah, I have been reading a book now, really good. I have been interested in gut health. And definitely health starts in the gut. And according to Hippocrates, all the diseases starts in the gut. And it's actually true. I have been reading a lot, and it's like, that's why nutrition is key. Is like the example I said about the plants. You know, you have to, to have a more beautiful plants and healthy to grow better. You're going to have to feed this plant with quality soil and nutrients and, and clean water and everything. If you are poisoning yourself a little bit every day with processed foods, industrial seed oils and all this garbage, little by little, and it's going to be like in silence, you are getting ill. And the microbiome is very important. It's very important to have a healthy microbiome. That's why I mentioned that health starts in the gut, and it's good to have some understanding about the ingredients in food in general, because definitely your microbiome plays a big role in the overall health. Every single organ, every single function in your body depends on your microbiome. That's why nowadays the cancer rates are rising so much, because it's definitely to do with nutrition. I'm not saying it's only about nutrition. We know there are a lot of aspects, even the air that we are breathing, because these fucking bastards are spraying chemtrails all the time. And they are poisoning our food as well. Nothing is natural anymore. Everything is GMO, genetically modified. Now you go to the supermarket and the fruits are seedless. What the fuck is that? They don't even have seeds. And people are so brainwashed. They think this is good. Because they think it's like, oh no, but it's nicer to eat the food without the seeds.
Seed is life.
It's crazy. That's why it's important to have some understanding, because when a person has this type of behavior, most of the time is because they don't have any information. They don't have any understanding about nutrition, about food. Seedless fruits is horrible for your health because they are GMO or hybrids. They are changing the whole structure of the fruit. So yeah, that's why it's extremely important to have some understanding about these things, because you definitely can make better choices. You can protect your health because they don't want to protect your health. They want to destroy your health because they make more money from it. If you are sicker, it's going to be better for them, more profitable, including the pharmaceutical industry.
Well, I've come to understand when they take seed out of the fruit, when they take seed out of the vegetable, it means they've got control now. Because the seed, I could plant the seed and grow it. You can plant the seed and grow it. But when they don't give us the seed, they got control.
Yes. There's a lot of things to talk about. We can be here the whole day talking about
I know.
the world that we are living now. It's the seed problem, for example, is a lot to do with that, because they want us to be more dependent. They don't want us to have access to seeds, because you can grow anywhere in your garden, in your backyard, or if you have a little farm or whatever, because they want to make this a business. I think seeds are going to be something really rare in the future. That's why I don't know why I have very strong instincts about future. I think it's going to be very important to have a land to grow your own food. And, because life is changing, everything is changing, and it's actually changing quite quickly, in my opinion, faster than we think. I just feel like we need to go back to nature. I think this is going to be the only solution for all problems in the world, because we are so distant now from nature. We are actually destroying everything. And, we forget about where we came from. And less is more. Simple is better. We are actually complicating life because we live in this modern world. Everything is about profit. Everything is about making money. Everything is about power. We are actually slaves of this system, and they are making things worse. I think they are moving forward with whatever they are planning, to make more money, to make us to be more slaves and more dependent. And food is one of them. The seedless foods, for example, is definitely to do with this type of business that they want to build.
Wow.
And is not good for us because this is going to make us to be more dependent on the system.
Well, a government is voted in to work for the people, but unfortunately this government or these governments work against us. And I don't know why. Such beautiful countries, Brazil and Spain and Greece, these beautiful, rich countries are being sold by the politicians in them, and it's unfortunate, and we can see it. But to move away from food as well, and politics and conspiracies and seeds. You post. That's okay. We love it. July 16th, you did a post. You said, "I don't have a six-pack anymore, and that's okay. I have more body fat now than when I was younger, and that's okay. I'm 51. I mean, that was in July before your birthday. And I look my 51, and I have a friendly relationship with my age. Age isn't about numbers. It's about how you see yourself and how you feel."
Yeah, that's correct. I think because of social media, again, people are getting too concerned about appearance, because social media is making people to think they should be looking certain way to be more accepted, to have validation.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to do with that. We should know yourself better. We should accept ourselves better when you look in the mirror, and be kinder with yourself. Because nowadays, because of mainstream social media, especially about women, they think they should be looking a certain way to feel more confident, or to feel sexier, or to feel more accepted, something like that. It shouldn't be like that, because come on, we are not going to get younger. We are just getting older. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be looking after yourself. Obviously, we have to look after ourselves, do the best to always look the best and feel the best, because it's not only about looks. Health is not only about looks, because sometimes you see someone looking really good, tight, solid body, a round ass, round tight ass, six pack and everything beautiful, but what's going on inside? Sometimes this person is not really healthy, and sometimes it's not even to do with physical health, but mental health. Actually, this thing about appearance is affecting a lot the mental health. Women, I think, is just getting more frustrated because they don't reach the same results. They don't have the same results. As I mentioned before about these influencers selling programs, training programs, nutrition and everything. And, a lot of people, they buy these programs and they get disappointed, even though they did everything to reach that goal. They can't, they don't get the results, because actually a lot of people who sell these programs, they are actually lying, and especially when we age, don't try to compare yourself For example, I'm 52 now. I'm not going to compare myself when I was 30.
No.
Obviously, my body used to look tighter, maybe more beautiful when I was 30 because I was younger. You know, my metabolism used to be faster, you know, and things change, like the quality of your skin, and you're going to be carrying less fat and everything. But come on, I'm 52 now. I'm not 30 anymore. I should be more welcoming with myself, you know, and kinder with myself, accept my age.
Yeah.
Obviously, some things is going to change. If you keep yourself in a constant battle against age, you're never going to be happy because you don't accept yourself. I'm not against some things like procedures, for example. If you're not happy with something, if it's bothering you, I don't know, your nose or your wrinkles, if you want to have surgery or any type of procedure, it's up to you. It's your life, it's your choice, right? But I think people are losing control because they are losing their identity. Some people, they don't even look like themselves anymore because it's such a huge, drastic change. It's insane. And actually, this is insanity because it's a lot to do with emotional issues, with mental issues, because the person is not accepting her or himself. You know what I mean? Well, for example, I'm 52. I know if I compare myself to most women at my age,
you're doing great.
I look good for my age.
You're doing great.
Maybe I look younger, but this is to do with my lifestyle. I take care of myself. Health is very important for me, right? But for example, now I have wrinkles. You know, I have a little bit of wrinkles. Maybe it's not as much as the most, but for me, these procedures are not important at all. I don't have anything. I don't have Botox. I don't have fillers. I don't even know the name of these fucking procedures because I'm not into it, right? I'm not saying I'm against them, you know, and everyone makes your choice. But it's like everyone is losing control because they are trying to look like, I don't know, like a Hollywood artist, which is full of shit as well. Or they are fighting against their age because they don't want to look like they're 50 or they're 40 or whatever. You know, just try your best, you know, in a healthy way.
I agree.
Accept yourself like, and we have our biological individuality. For example, my body type, I always used to carry more fat in my belly, right? Some women, they carry more fat in lower body. Some women, maybe arms or something like that.
You can see.
You know, I never really had like six pack all the time. And I never wanted to anyway. You know, this is not the main thing for me. Life is not only about looks. It's much more than that. But now I'm 52. I have a slower metabolism. Things are changing. I'm going through perimenopause, which is a huge change in women's life as well, because it's a lot to do with hormones. And hormones play a big role in our body, our health.
You wanted to talk about that too. How are you finding that? How do you find that?
Little bit soft belly, saggy belly, but it's fine as long as I'm healthy in all aspects. You know, especially mentally. You know, I want to keep having a friendly relationship with myself. I think
you will agree, and I'm sure Dorian will agree too. We're very fortunate that bodybuilding allows us to push some extremes, but also know it can be sometimes too extreme and to find balance. But the most important thing we found with balance was our food. And for me, at 57, I think all I care about is, can I be the best version of myself in my 50s? Can I be, as the average male in 50, can I come in at my best? Can I come better than the average 50-year-old? That's all I care about, because all I know is this is a long game. And some people that looked beautiful in their 20s, some people that tried too hard in their 20s, don't look good now in their 50s. They just don't. because they didn't care about aging. They didn't know this is a long game. Bodybuilding is the longest game. You don't get satisfaction. You get it when you least realize it through discipline. If you eat well for 1 year and you train well for 1 year, that delayed gratification happens that far ahead. You can't get it in 1 week. You can't get it in 1 month. You can't get it straight away. It's delayed gratification. So we've learned delayed gratification. And I think as well, as you mentioned, for me as well, I would prefer, I said to my daughter today, I prefer to not look good in a photo, but when I turn up, I look better. Yeah. I prefer if in a photo someone says, Steve, you don't look good in this photo, but boy, in person, you're very handsome. I'm happy now because if I had a better photo and I turned up ugly, I'd be very upset. That's why people do filters obviously online, but at the same time, sometimes, you know, I understand women doing certain surgery. I get it. I understand a lot of things. It's all fine. But sometimes you can just go too far. And I think the only way, if you want to look your best and look beautiful and your skin to be the best it can be, is through food, is your food.
Definitely.
You know?
That's why I said nutrition is key.
Yeah.
Because health is everything. Is your organs, your functions, your skin, your hair, your state of mind, everything. Right? So what we see nowadays, people are looking for shortcuts. You know, like procedures is, I think it's a type of shortcut, if you know what I mean, you know, because they are trying to get faster results and trying to change themselves most of the time too much. They are exaggerating, you know, because this is actually a lot to do with lack of confidence and unhappiness sometimes. And sometimes it's difficult to move on for these people. For example, in the bodybuilding world, not only women, let's talk about the guys as well, you know, because for bodybuilders, obviously they need to look big, muscular, and, you know, have a good muscle definition, everything like that. And we know to get this type of physique, you need to take steroids as well. It's not only training, nutrition. And steroids, obviously, is going to make you look bigger and leaner, but also plays with your mental health. Because especially when it's long term, you can be addicted. It can make you addicted. 100%. That's why so many people, men and women, when they stop competing and they start to look more normal, let's say like that, they struggle because they don't want to look like normal. They want to look like, they want to have the competition physique forever. And they are not happy with themselves. They are always fighting themselves because they are not looking that way anymore. But also it's to do with the mental health because it's making them feel depressed and feel kind of frustrated because the body is going, you know. And especially guys, let's be honest, even guys that get retired and things like that, I'm not saying everyone, but maybe most of them, they still want to keep looking big. And obviously they are getting older. Theoretically, things get more difficult, get more difficult to build muscle. And they're going to be using steroids, still using steroids. And most of them on social media, for example, they're just going to say it's hormone replacement, but actually it's not, because they are using, the dosage is actually more because he still wants to look bigger because he's concerned about what people think. Although he's going to say on social media that, no, I don't care. I don't give a fuck about what people think about me, say about me, blah, blah, blah. But actually does, deep inside, it does. Otherwise, he wouldn't be so concerned about the huge of steroids, you know, even though he's not competing anymore. Of course, for hormone replacement, there is a place.
Yeah.
Because most of these guys, they don't produce enough testosterone anymore. They need to do replacement.
A top up.
And is actually necessary, right? But most of them, they don't speak the truth. They still taking a little bit more, you know, than what they say. Not only steroids, but peptides as well and everything. Because obviously they want to try to look younger and they want to keep looking bigger. That's the truth. So it's about confidence, you know, in accepting yourself. And with women, is the same. Because we get older, metabolism gets slower, so it's more difficult to get results, theoretically, more difficult to build muscle, to get leaner, and everything like that. But, you know, not only about the physique, but the natural changes that happens with aging, like skin and everything. You're going to lose collagen. The skin is going to be less elastic. Yeah. Obviously, you're going to start having a little bit of wrinkles. Some people these type of things are going to happen faster because of their background. As you said, maybe they didn't start at early age. Yeah. Maybe they started to get more concerned about health later, you know, and then you pay a price
for that
in the future, sooner or later. And to do with genetics as well. Let's be honest, you know, some people, they have better genetics, and then help them to look younger, to look better, but definitely is to do with your lifestyle. And, but yeah, aging is about how you see yourself and how you feel. It's nothing to do with number, you know, because if I am in a constant battle with myself, trying to hide everything, you know, because I'm not happy with my facial structure. I want to change my jawline and my chin and, you know, I want to get rid of all my wrinkles because I want everything to be like a baby skin or anything or something like that.
It doesn't look nice.
Honestly, you are losing control.
Well,
be honest, you are losing control.
Well, your face doesn't match your body. Sometimes if you want a baby face, you don't have a baby body. Your body's on.
No, and the problem is most of the time,
the face doesn't match the body.
The person loses their identity. Yeah. That's the truth. Yeah. Actually, in my opinion, just gets ugly.
Yeah, I agree. I think anybody that touches too much.
It's deforming themselves, if you know what I mean. You know, because sometimes it's so much, too much. And then you don't know who is the person anymore. And it's actually ugly to see this type of change, like huge lips. Yeah. And everything like your forehead is like shiny because it's too much Botox and everything is really looking really tight and very unnatural. It's very, for me, it's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm very straightforward, but it is. It's like,
I agree.
You should keep your natural features, keep your identity, you know. Otherwise, who the fuck are you?
Well, I think you said something as well. You need to adjust. You need to start understanding your body with food. When you get older, you need to know how you break food down better. Sometimes the things you used to enjoy, you can't have anymore. Some things you have to introduce, meaning there's so many things that change in age. Like you said, we don't lose fat as fast anymore. Yes, oh my God. Exactly. And sometimes you have to have more patience with yourself because it's a longer process. But I don't think anybody is willing to be patient anymore or understand that before, yes, you could eat any bread, but maybe now you have to have sourdough or something more organic or something you have to make at home because of the chemicals. Whatever it is, you don't have to take it away. You might just have to re-engineer it a little bit better for yourself. But you still think you can eat the same way, enjoy the same things. You have to maybe you become you've lost tolerance to dairy now. You you enjoyed dairy, but you have to change a little bit, adapt.
Exactly. Because things change, life changes, your body changes as well.
As well how they manufacture. Also how they manufacture changes.
I think it's about being tuned with yourself, and then you're gonna know yourself better. You're gonna know how to listen to your body. Most of the time, our body gives us signs, and you have to be open to listen to see it, to understand. As you said, to be able to make some adjustments, we need to listen. We need to be open to listen to our bodies. And as we get older, things change, definitely. Maybe our digestive system gets slower, metabolism, maybe, is not very good for you anymore to eat like late night. For me, it's been like that, like after, let's say, after 6 for me, I'm not having food anymore. Not because I'm following any trend. I don't care about this bullshit. I just listen to my body and do whatever is best for me, But I always choose healthy food, real food, the food that I have to cook. I don't buy anything like ready to go because this is garbage. So I cook every day. I'm not lazy. I'm not a great cooker. Dorian says the opposite though, but I don't know how to cook like elaborated things, it's just the basic, like cave food,
I'm sure.
But it's what we like.
Sometimes
we eat the same things every day. I don't need much variety, and some nutritionists and experts, gurus, they think the opposite, like you have to vary a lot, blah, blah, blah. But everyone is different.
Something you posted 5 days ago. All right, we'll do 3 more things and then we'll finish up. You posted this: be kind to yourself. Your body believes every word you say and every thought. Your voice and your mind have a huge impact on your life. They can build you or break you. And I agree. You have to be careful.
Yeah. Because, for example, if you keep telling yourself bad things, if you never make yourself compliments, you're always unhappy with something. Oh, my belly. Oh, I'm not losing weight. Oh, I don't look good today. Always some complaint. You're never going to be happy. And your body understands that. So it's going to build a bad effect in your body, in your health, physically and mentally, because we are what we speak, what we think. It's a lot to do with your words, your thoughts, the things you consume, what you watch, what you read, the people and things you spend your time with and give your attention. Even the person that you share your body and your attention, your time and energy. So it's not only about your lifestyle, your training, your nutrition, but it's a lot to do with all these aspects as well. And definitely words and thoughts have power. If you keep telling yourself that you are not good enough, you're not going to be good enough. Never. So start to compliment yourself, being kinder to yourself every day. Make some effort to be kind to yourself. Obviously, life is not even. Sometimes, some days you're going to be feeling a little bit low. Some days better, more energy, more positive. Life is normal. But just try to be softer with yourself, less hard on yourself. And then you're going to see the results. Everything starts to flow better and you shine brighter, affects your mood, your state of mind and the things you do. Everything starts to flow better in your life. Definitely, we should be careful with our thoughts and our words, and everything we consume, is to do with what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, things like that. Even people in things that you give your attention. I think our attention and presence is very valuable.
Some of the people are toxic.
Very valuable.
Some of the people we allow to talk to us can be toxic.
Yes, exactly. So you have to be selective with your attention.
Yeah.
At least you should be, It's not being arrogant. It's nothing like that.
You're protecting yourself. You're protecting yourself.
To protect yourself. Be selective. Sometimes, in my opinion, most of the time, less is more.
Oh. I also the other thing is, which I'm not shared much on the podcast here, is you should never bastardize your food. If you say the food's going to make you fat, it's going to make you fat because you just said it will make you fat. Your body, you've convinced your body. So you can eat a salad and say the salad's going to make me fat. Your body will go, okay, let's make him fat. Yeah. Sometimes you've got to be grateful for the food you eat. When you eat it, say thank you or eat it like you enjoy it. Even a hamburger, just enjoy it. Don't finish it and go, oh my God, that's going to make me fat. What?
Tomorrow I have to do a lot of cardio.
Yeah, far out. That's bullshit. Just enjoy it.
I think that happens because people are too concerned only about one aspect, which is the physical aspect.
Yeah.
And health is not only the physical aspect.
No.
It's the mental aspect as well.
Yeah, 100%.
It's about how you feel. So life is much more than physical looks. It's to do with your feelings, your emotions, the things you do and how much you enjoy life as well. So people are too concerned about appearance nowadays. And appearance is not the only aspect of health. It can be tricky as well because sometimes you look good, you have a good looks, but are you healthy? Are you really healthy? Are you speaking the truth? The real life behind the cameras. That's why nowadays the mental issues are getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
The rates of mental issues are increasing because it's a lot to do with this type of things, nutrition, physical appearance, and technology as well is affecting social media, internet. And we live in a world that is all about numbers and selling all the time, making money. So everything is numbers, including ourselves, because social media is turning people into numbers, So we are losing our value as humans.
Yeah.
And we are constantly trying to fit in, and I think when you decide to be yourself, everything gets better in your life, in all aspects.
You also said here you're going through premenopause, and you did slightly mention it before, but how are you handling that? What advice can you give women that are going through premenopause and also protect us men from it?
Yeah, well, I'm going through now perimenopause, right? And it's a huge change in women's health, definitely, because hormones play a big role in women's health. It's a big change for women, and it can be a big challenge for men as well.
Yeah, I know.
Why do I say that?
Please.
Because our husbands or boyfriends, they start to think that you don't want them anymore. But
we want to kill us.
Trust me, it's because of the hormones. Because one of the effects that you have from this hormone fluctuation is low sex drive. So your husbands and boyfriends, they start to think we don't want them anymore. But trust me, it's not like that, because we have low libido, we have vaginal dryness, and most of the time when we have sex, it can be painful and it can burn as well because of this hormonal change and everything. So it's not because we don't want our partners anymore, but it's because of the hormone changes. And that's why, depending on the case, HRT is necessary. I'm not saying it's for everyone. Everyone is different. And obviously, this has to be prescribed by a doctor. You have to investigate through blood tests, full blood tests, including the hormones, of course. And depending on the side effects, the symptoms you are having, you have to check your hormones and see what is the best for you. HRT can be helpful. I have been using estrogen and progesterone, estrogen in gel and progesterone pills. We have two different types of these hormones. They can be bioidentical or synthetic. In my opinion, the bioidentical is better and safer because they are chemically similar to what our body produces. I use the bioidentical, obviously with medical assistance. But everyone is different. Maybe some women, they don't need. And I know women, for example, that go for natural things, natural therapies or something like that, and work well for them. But some women, maybe they need the HRT. I'm doing now, but it takes time. Nothing happens all of a sudden. I've been having symptoms maybe for like 4 years.
Okay.
And I was trying estrogen, progesterone, and sometimes I have to change the dosage because it was not being enough and things like that. So yeah, it's a long road. You have to be patient. Your partner needs to be patient as well.
Yeah.
So it's nothing like that. It's very complicated because it can affect the relationship because of the sex drive, But trust me, sorry about my language, but sometimes it's like our pussies literally shut. It's like that. So we don't want to know. We don't want to know about sex anymore. No, it's literally like that. Not because we don't fancy our partner anymore, but it's because of the hormones. And hormones definitely play a big role in our body, men and women. I think especially for women.
Well, I don't know. I think I've been waiting for this for about 3 years for someone to tell me about their pussy and how it works. But at the end of the day, also, I think my whole life, I think we all need to be patient. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think just listening to you, Gal, makes me realize how insensitive I can be sometimes as men, how insensitive we are. And we don't mean to be, because as men, we just want to be loved. And unfortunately, we put sex as we make sex look like it's love, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, I think if we just work together and help our partner, then I think we can make it to the other side. And I guess once our partner likes us, we know it's all working.
Yeah.
when she likes us again, we know it's working.
Yeah. That's why listening is very important.
Yeah, there you go, from what we said at the beginning.
Especially when women are going through this perimenopause, menopause, men maybe should know more about women's health, especially if you are in a relationship. It's a lot to do with hormones, because obviously change, and then everything is going to change. Our body changes. You're going to have symptoms. Some women, they have more, some women less, but definitely the sex drive can be a big thing, especially for men. That's why it's important to know better about women's health. And to know as well what's the best for you, because everyone is different. It's like HRT is not for everyone as well. It's not for every woman.
Yeah.
So you have to try to find a solution, actually, because it's a huge change, and it changes your mood. and your energy, a lot of things, your body as well, of course. So yeah, definitely have to try to find the best option for you. For me, it's been working well now after many years. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I had to be very patient. My husband as well.
Yeah.
You know, it takes me probably 4 years to get the right dosage and to get the things working better. Yeah, it's very tricky, but yeah, it's part of life. You know, we all gonna go through it. Unless you're gonna die before, you know, you're all gonna get older, and it's about always trying to do your best to stay healthy, physically, mentally, and emotionally. That.
Do you think then? Do you recommend that women open up and express that to their partners? Did you have to express that to Dorian, and did he appreciate it? Did he learn? Did he learn by your expression?
I think every couple should
have a conversation.
Should be able to talk to each other, you know.
Yeah.
But because men and women are so different, especially to do with sex, for example, because men think they are
no good. They're not loved.
Wanted by the wife or girlfriend, whatever, by his woman, you know, only because of sex. And it's not like that. And when the menopause, whatever, affects the sex drive in women, we get like literally like this, you know, we don't want to know about sex.
Yeah, of course.
And, you know, obviously men think there is something wrong with us, you know, it's not normal, blah, blah, blah. But if they don't try to listen, they're gonna be already judging us. They're gonna be judgmental because the man is gonna be taking conclusions.
I agree.
Before even listen. So you have to listen to know the woman's side, what's going on, why is this happening? And unfortunately, every case is different because sometimes it doesn't last long. Sometimes a woman starts to do the HRT and she can get faster results, but some women don't. Like for me, it took me 4 years to, let's say, get back to normal, right? And it's a long road, and I think the partners should be able to listen, to have open conversation before judging, before saying things that is actually not true. You have to listen to the woman because she's the one going through this process, which is a natural process in life, right? So you should listen, and then you're going to have a better understanding. You're going to understand your partner better before judging her. You don't know what's going on. You are not in her body to know how she feels, what is happening and everything. So hormones is can be crazy, can be tricky, and it's definitely a huge change in women's life, trust me, because, menopause is the permanent end of menstruation and fertility. Yeah. So definitely, even the emotional side changes, the mental side, everything is not the same anymore, but we have things to try to bring some balance, natural things or HRT or whatever. Just try to find the best for you.
I feel
it's very important to have a partner that is open to understand, to listen, to support. It can be hard for the man as well. I get that, especially to do with the sex, because if you're not having sex anymore, what your partner is going to think, it's the first thing they're going to think. But trust me, it's not because we don't desire our partner anymore. Nothing like that. Is to do with the hormones. It's like we don't have, because the low level of estrogen, for example, is going to, the body is going to produce less lubrication. That's why you have this vaginal dryness, and the vaginal wall becomes thinner and less elastic. That's why during the premenopause and the menopause, the sex can be painful, can be more difficult because the wall is less elastic. So it's kind of uncomfortable. And the libido just goes down. Believe me, it's like really goes down. So that's why we need help in many aspects, you know, and one of the ways to get help is through our partner, to be more understandable. Fortunately or unfortunately, to be more patient, because sometimes can take years. It's not an easy thing, you know, and you cannot like predict because you don't know how long it's going to take. For me, it took 4 years. Dorian has to be very patient.
Well, I mean, he's 7 times Mr. Olympia. He can go 7 years, maybe that bloke. I don't know. But the thing is, I have to say, I want to say thank you. Like, you've opened my eyes up a lot, like, in my mind.
To know.
No, really. I'm hoping Chris puts this together eloquently for you and for us for this when we post, because I feel, especially myself at 57, it would be around me it'd be around me, you know what I'm trying to say, with my partner.
Yeah.
It'd be around many of the people we know around our age, 40s as well, you know, and 50s. And I think the way you've expressed it, though revealing and though with attitude to speak truth, I don't think anyone gets the lesson the way you just said it. And I just want to say, honestly, I want to say thank you, because I actually feel like a bit of a, pardon my word, I feel like a bit of a prick that I don't.
We all are.
We are, but I feel like, and I think we should encourage our partners as men to tell us more, explain to us more. And I think we need to check in a little bit more. We just need to check in.
Yeah.
Is everything all right? Because, and I think before we go over the body, because we're going to go over the body, you're going to be my personal trainer at the moment. You've also mentioned that getting toned is a myth. Toned is nonsense. And also, yourself in 40s and 50s, you have had to adapt your training not to lift heavy weights anymore.
Yeah. Women like to say that, you know, I want to train because I want to get toned. First of all, this fucking term makes no fucking sense, because that means simply building muscle and losing fat. And in order to do that, you have to do weight training, right? And combined with healthy, balanced nutrition, and also proper recovery, because it's during recovery that you build the results, right? But women, they like this term, toned, whatever, but it's basically building muscle and losing fat. But women, they have a lot of misconception about weight training, because they think they're going to get big and things like that. First of all, to get big is a totally different approach, and it takes time. And weight training is key even for longevity, you know. And if you want to have that tight, solid appearance, this is what they called toned, maybe, including a round, tight ass, which is one of the most desirable things nowadays. They should be weight training. It's not too much cardio at all, because they think, no, I have to do a lot of cardio because I have to lose fat and then I'm going to look tighter. No, if you do too much cardio, if you overdo cardio, you're just going to look saggy, because you are not losing only fat, you are losing muscle as well. So to have that tight look, you need to build muscle. But it's difficult for them to get it, because they think by building muscle, you're going to look big. It's not like that. It's going to be very well in a very good proportion, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She's not going to look big at all, but definitely it's a combination of weight training, and you don't need to train every day. A lot of people, they think they do, combined with, a little bit of cardio. Yeah, it doesn't need to be too much. It's just to keep losing more calories and things like that. Nutrition is key, obviously, and quality recovery. That's it. And then you're gonna get that tight, solid appearance that you are looking for, that you are trying to build, because it's an endless process, because they are overdoing cardio all the time, and they are never happy because they never get the results they are looking for, because they are doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Once they start to lift, to do weight training, and then they're going to see results. Because it's about, you need to do resistance training, of course. Otherwise, you're not going to get the appearance that you are looking for, about the tight, solid body, about the toned body.
And also, you're not lifting as much heavy weights anymore. Is that right? You think it's not good to lift too heavy?
No. I adapted, it's like I'm not competing anymore. I don't need to build more muscle anymore. So why I'm going to be training with heavy weights if I don't need to? And plus, I have injuries, from my previous sports. I've been competing since 9, so it's a lot of stress on your body. I have a lot of injuries, back injury. I have knee. But the fact that you have injury doesn't mean you are done. A lot of people, they think they are, because doctors make them believe so. You just have to find a way to work around. I still lift weights, I'm still strong, but you just have to adapt. I don't need to be lifting heavy weights. Why? For my ego, I just, I want to stay healthy. I want to keep myself strong, and I want to be more mobile actually from now on, because I'm getting older. So I'm combining my weight training with different activities to work on mobility, flexibility, coordination, and even to do with my cognitive health. Is not only about physical activities, but it's to do with different things, even recreational activities like table games, dancing, things like that, arts and charts, like, some people like painting, drawing, sewing, something like that. Different things is good for your cognitive health, because you're going to be working on different capacities like concentration, memory, focus, creativity. So you are exercising your brain as well. That's why I started boxing. I'm taking a break now, but because it's a new thing to learn, new skills, and actually boxing, it's a lot to do with brain work. It's a lot of things for your brain to learn. And different things. It's not only about physical activities, even reading, is very, very good for your cognitive health.
Of course.
So it's about allowing yourself to experience more things in your life. Don't get stuck doing only one thing. It's better than nothing. It's better than doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
But try to have more experiences, different things, challenge yourself, and your body needs that, because unfortunately bodybuilding, the type of training is very limited, and it's going to limit your body in so many ways, especially to do with movement. So it's important to keep yourself more mobile, especially as you grow older, because we need to be more independent in terms of movement when you grow older, right? And if you keep doing the same bodybuilding training, heavy weights, and everything like that, is going to make yourself limited in terms of movement. And I think it's important as you grow older to be more mobile, more functional, You know, I've been working on different movement patterns because it's very important to have a good mobility. You know, you feel yourself lighter. I can move better now. Before I was getting very stiff, which is not good, you know. So yeah, try to do different things, but I care about my cognitive health as well. So I'm reading more now and trying different things. Try to work on your hobbies as well. You know, this is important. Mental health is extremely important, especially as you grow older.
Well, I think we should finish it on that one, because here it says I'm 50 plus and how to maintain good health. It's all about lifestyle, smart choices, your state of your mind. Age is not a number.
Definitely not. Definitely is not. Age is about how you see yourself and how you feel. Look after yourself. Be kind to yourself. Keep a healthy lifestyle. Keep yourself healthy physically, mentally. Be kind to yourself and to others. And don't complicate life. Simplify and be yourself always.
Where can they find you, Gal? Where can they find you? Where do they find you on? What's your IG?
Well, I only have Instagram because, as I said, I'm not a tech person. I hate this digital world. I like to stay in my cave, you know. So Gal Yates is my page on Instagram. I don't have YouTube. I don't have TikTok, any of these things. Instagram, I'm there sometimes. And I prefer to stay in my cave, to be honest.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming on, sharing so much wisdom and knowledge, also educating me about women, life, and also what it means to age gracefully. I really appreciate your time.
I thank you for the invite and for having me here. It was a great pleasure. Very nice to meet you. And hopefully you're going to have the episode 2. Because there is so much to talk about, especially about women's health. I think women
we should
have a voice. You know, so many things to be exposed and to talk about. So I'm really pleased. Thank you so much again.
Maybe we can talk. Maybe we can talk about certain topics we can do on a part 2. But you are welcome. Like I said, you're very polite, very kind, very gracious, very beautiful. Dorian's a lucky man. Dorian's lucky. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much again. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully people are going to enjoy as well. Big love to Australia.
Thank you so much.
And to the whole world. Peace out.
Peace out. Hey guys, another podcast done with another wonderful guest. They're all greats, no matter who they are. To continue what we're doing and to keep supporting you, if you could subscribe, hit the notification bell, press like, it only helps us to grow this channel even further. We really appreciate the support, and to go and find more all around the world. Bring them here to Muscle Talks podcast and share real, raw, and honest conversation around a sport we love, bodybuilding. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for watching all podcasts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking.